Well, I was diagnosed probably about now, I want to say over 10 years ago
Okay.
with ulcerative colitis. And I've been struggling with it off and on for the last 9 years,
Mhm.
getting a little bit better, but never being fully healed.
Yeah.
And kind of going on this roller coaster ride of getting better and getting worse and just never being healed and just kind of suffering continually.
Yep. And
Um,
and so that was, I mean, 9 years is a long time, ups and downs. And I know we talked, and you were willing to use the medications, right? So you were going to the doctor wanted to put you on medications, and they did help for some time.
they did. They
Mhm.
did. The medications helped and I thought they were working, and I didn't really change my diet or anything.
Yeah.
But the medications worked and then they didn't work. And then we tried different medications and then those worked and then they didn't work. And
Yeah.
the doctors kept telling me it had nothing to do with my diet. It had nothing to do with food. It had nothing to do with supplements. It's just, this is a chronic disease that I have, that I'm going to have for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The medication stopped working. And I didn't know what to do. So I got to the point to where the medications weren't working. My ulcerative colitis was getting worse
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know what. So I looked into things to do on my own to try to beat this by myself. And
Yeah.
I was trying all kinds of remedies, all kinds of natural remedies, but I didn't really know what to do. They weren't completely helping. And then I saw you online and I was like, well, let me try Dane.
Mm-hmm.
You were kind of my last result because the doctors were like, we want to put you on some serious medications.
Yeah.
They had talked about my intestines, and that was one thing I didn't want done. And so I said, well, let me try one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to you.
What were your symptoms before you started the S.H.I.E.L.D. program and you came to us? What were your symptoms like? What was a day in a life?
Bad. I was having 10 to 15 bowel movements per day with blood and mucus, cramping, severe cramping, fatigue, tired, pain, kind of consistent pain. I'd have a lot of pain in my stomach on my left side per se, predominantly left side would be really bad. So yeah, sleepless nights. I couldn't sleep through the nights. I'm up throughout the night. It was affecting my whole life. It was affecting my marriage. It was affecting me being a father. It was affecting my work. It was just affecting everything. I couldn't leave the house. I'm just doing great, man. 1 to 2 a day, no cramping, no pain. Eating pretty much everything I want to eat, other than I'm eating very healthy. I'm healthier than I've ever been before because of the program, because of what I've learned on the program. Now I'm healthier than I've ever been before, and I'm going to continue to be healthy because I'm going to continue to live this lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's all been a blessing for me to be a better me going through this.
You got that energy, man. I love it. And you're not on a diet, I think is what you're saying. You've built a lifestyle where you understand food and you can
That's right.
use food to reduce inflammation and increase absorption, so it nourishes you.
Yes,
And
that's
you
right.
have enough to eat for your palate, for taste. Do you feel imprisoned by the way you eat?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Yes. I know what bothers me.
Yeah.
Every I know what bothers me.
Yeah.
So I just stay away from the things that bother me.
Yep.
And there's a world of foods out there that don't bother me, that I'm just so grateful for.
Wow. And are you on any medications?
Zero medications.
Zero medications, zero symptoms, normal bowel movements. You're eating a broad diet. You don't feel imprisoned. And what's this done for everyone around you and even your marriage and just being that kind of person again and feeling like yourself again? Do you feel like everyone else is also getting better around you?
Yeah, I mean, I have more energy with my kids.
Yeah.
That killed much, just to feel like a different person, to feel like kind of a shell of myself.
Yeah.
And I have so much more energy for my kids, for my wife, in life, smiling more. I'm just happy more. And I'm not consistently worrying about, my health and am I getting worse? And when you see blood for about 8 months, it was 8 months of bleeding, 8 months of fear, that what am I seeing down there? Is that part of my intestines? Am I going to die? And is this going to work? And, it was very scary. And so to go from there to where I am now, it is night and day. And with my energy, it's night and day. with the time I have with my kids, just being able to go out and be with my family and be the father that I am, that killed me the most, not being able to have fun with my children and go out. I would see my family go out and I would stay home. I'd have my wife take the kids out and do something and I would stay home. Mm-hmm. Or they went to Disneyland, I stayed home. Mm-hmm. It was tough. It was really tough.
When you were in the S.H.I.E.L.D. program, did you feel like you had the flexibility just to find your answer or not just do whatever worked for you?
Yeah, with the program, it made me feel like I needed to find exactly what you said, what worked for me. Not a program for someone else, not a program built to do this. It was my personal, yeah, it was a personal program that worked for me, to find out what foods worked for me, to find out what was going to help me. Yeah. And that's what the program helped me do. And now I know exactly what works for me.
Was it always easy?
No,
when you were in the program, was it this perfect linear, like you got in and you did one thing and everything went perfect and here we are?
No. When I got into the program, I was really excited and I thought it was going to be a fast healing. Yeah. And I had right away, which was really exciting. Mm-hmm. You know, I went right away, yeah. And then I stopped progressing. Yep. And I didn't do, and so I kept doing what I was supposed to do. And I wasn't getting the results that I needed to get. And if this is, especially if this is something new in your life, even if it's old in your life, it doesn't matter. It's worth going through this program. It's worth trying it. It's worth doing it this way, because this was my last like resort. I tried everything else. Mm-hmm. And they were going to put me on a medication that causes cancer. I've already had cancer. Mm-hmm. And this medication, they said it can cause cancer. So I didn't want to go on that. I've already been cured of cancer. So I was like, I got to try this. And it wasn't easy going through it. At times, I didn't know if it was going to work, but I stayed strong. I went through it. I stayed positive. Positivity is so important. I stayed positive and went through it and kept doing what I was supposed to do. No matter how hard it was going to be, no matter what I had to do, no matter what foods I had to make, no matter what time I had to get up, no matter how I had to change my lifestyle, my health was important to me, to make it happen and to make it work. And if you are determined and you're dedicated to changing your life and getting your life back and healing yourself, you can do it.